Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today's topic is all about the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Is thus a conventional enacted written and rigid inelastic constitution? Here are the pros and cons of a written constitution. It has the advantage of clearness and definiteness over a written one. Since the written constitution is a binding document, the rights of the citizens is more secured. Its disadvantage or disadvantages lies in the difficulty of its amendment. This prevents the immediate introduction of the need reforms and maybe thereby retard the healthy growth and progress of the state. Requisites of a good written constitution. Brief, because if a constitution is too detailed, it would lose the advantage of fundamental law, would never be understood by the public. Broad, because a statement of the powers and function of government and the relations between the governing body and the governed requires that it be as comprehensive as possible. Definite, because otherwise the application of its provision to concrete situation may prove unduly difficult if not possible. Constitution of the Philippines Republic. The 1935 Constitution, ratified on May 14, 1935. Take note of this, guys. This is very important in the history of the Philippines, especially in the Constitution. There are several constitutions in the Philippines, and the last one that we are using today is the 1987 revised constitution. This is the first in 1935, ratified May 14, 1935, before the World War I. Make that World War II. Features: establish the Commonwealth government. B. Provided a democratic and republican government. C. Inclusion of the Bill of Rights. So 1935 Constitution refers to the Commonwealth government in the Philippines. I think Manuel L. Quezon is the president of that time, and also the puppet president. Who was the puppet president during the Japanese regime? Research about it, guys. Okay, the next constitution in the Philippines, the second is the 1973 Constitution. So after 5 or 7 decades, here comes another revised constitution ratified on January 17, 1973. Features: establishment of a modified parliamentary government, suspension of the Bill of Rights. So there was a suspension of the Bill of Rights. Has given greater power to the executive department. This is awful. And here comes the new Constitution of the Philippines. 1987 Constitution, right after, during the time of President Cory Aquino, the wife of Benigno Aquino and the mother of the former late President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr., or better known as the Noy Noy. Okay, ratified on February 2, 1987. Features reinstitution of a democratic government. Why is it so hard to pronounce this democratic government? Reinstitution, meaning reinstitute. Democratic government. Okay, and separation of church and state. So this is the reason now why you can touch the church, because there is a separation in the Constitution. Sovereignty of the people. Renunciation of war as national policy. Supremacy of civilian authority over military. Supremacy, huh? Of civilian? Why is that civilian are not cannot carry firearms if there are supremacy over military? In United States of America, there is an article that states there the right to bear arms for every citizens. That's the only article that we cannot copy, the right to bear arms, because the citizens or the ordinary people can have a supreme powers over military if we have the article of right to bear arms, like in the United States of America. And the separation of powers. There are separation of powers in the new constitution. Now we have the preamble, from Latin word preambulare, which means to walk before. It is an introduction to the main subject. It is prologue to the Constitution. If you open, guys, the book on the Philippine Constitution, the first page that will say hello is that preamble. And every Filipino should know and should memorize or can recite the preamble in English. Why is not there is no preamble in Tagalog or in Bisaya or in Ilocano or in Muslim? We should interpret the preamble in different dialects in order to that the purpose is so that every Filipinos in every archipelago can memorize and understand what is that preamble is all about. Well, here's the purpose and the value. Sets down the origin and purposes of the Constitution, may serve as an aid in its interpretation. Note, the preamble has no legal implication. So here we go, guys, with the preamble. It is, one stanza preamble, but to me it looks like it composed of 4 stanza. That is why even me, I cannot memorize the preamble. How much more for a child or a minor, for a minor to memorize or understand this preamble. Anyway, let's read it. We, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to build a just and human society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals, aspiration, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of the law, the regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. Well, it's a very long preamble. Maybe we can summarize this into 4 sentences, guys. Where are the genius? Okay, the Article 1, the national territory. Let's go to the article, guys. National territory. Well, we are giving some part of our national territory to Chinese. The reason is, I don't know. Okay, so Article 1 is all about our national territory. It is terrestrial, fluvial, aerial domains, including its territorial sea, the seabed, the subsoil, the insular, the shelves, and the other submarine areas. Article 2 is all about declaration of principles and state policies. Well, guys, I don't have to read all of this section. Article 2, Section 3, civilian authority is at all times supreme over military. The government may call upon the people to defend the state. Just call on the army, not civilians. We have no power to bear arms. That is the missing part in our article in the Constitution. No civilian can bear arms, unlike in the United States of America. The fear, because there is a fear of the government that there might be an uprising people versus the government. That is the reason why. Section 4. Okay, the government may call upon the people, not the military. So, in times of war, all the civilians will go to war. Okay, the Section 5, the maintenance of peace and order. Section 6, separation of the church and state. Section 7, the state shall pursue an independent foreign policy. Section 8, the Philippines, consistent with the national interest, adopts and pursue a policy of freedom from nuclear weapons in territory. Okay, so for your midterm, this must be your midterm exam, guys. Okay, research on the issue of the Philippine-China dispute over the Spratlys Island. Use the following rubric format and answer the following questions. Okay, so this is your midterm exam. Okay, just research and write down the introduction, discussion, and the resolution. How you will resolve the dispute between the China and over that Spratlys Islands. What is your stand regarding this issue? Do we continue to claim the treachery or we are going to war? How it without firearms? Alright guys, so I know you can answer this, you can do that, you can do this. And time for me to go. I'll see you on our next topic for finals. Alright? Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe, make a lot of comment on the YT YouTube channel so that you will be noted. Thank you so much. Ciao for now.